My name is Caitlin Zankwich, and for this ethnographic interview, I will be recording
Michelle Christine Luonga.
Okay, and do you agree to be recorded for this interview?
Yes.
Okay. So we're here in the salon today to interview Michelle and simultaneously get my hair highlighted. It's a win-win situation. So when I got my highlights in the summer, my hair was lighter because it was like in the sun, but since it's getting darker, if you do like blonde parts, it's gonna be like really obvious that like some parts are blonde and some parts are dark. So I want to go like a little bit lighter than we did last time, but it needs to be like more coverage, otherwise it'll be like the rest of my hair will like turn brown and then I'll have these random like blonde streaks.
So lighter overall.
Yeah.
Are we doing like the balayage like we did last time, or a full? Like, do you want it from the root down?
I liked how it looked last time because
It's more of a natural look than
yeah.
more of like a.
I want it to look, I don't want my don't want my hair to be like light in several shades. I want it to look natural, but I don't want it to be like.
You want to be able to tell you got it done, but you don't want it to look.
Yeah. Yeah. So like last time, but just maybe like a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for coming in early to do this, to do my hair.
No problem.
Do all your coworkers know that you're interviewing me? Or I'm interviewing you?
Kind of. Because I was like asking them what I should say to make it sound like we have a good job and not just like we just play with hair all day.
So right now we are in Rockaway, New Jersey, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And did you grow up around here?
Yep, my whole life. I've never lived anywhere else.
Do you think you'll ever move somewhere else?
Yeah, I really want to live in New York City. I know it's really expensive, but hopefully one day I can afford that lifestyle.
Why do you want to live in New York?
I just feel like that, like for this career, there's so much opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fashion shows, fashion week, expensive hair salons.
Nice. Okay. All right. So why did you decide to go into like hair and makeup?
I've always had a passion for it, but I really just like making people feel good about themselves, and I love like the transformations you can do with hair colors and hairstyles and how different you can make people look.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
So you know, you went to school for hair and makeup. What kind of like, how long is school for that? Like, where do you have to go? And where did you go?
I went to a vocational high school for hair school, and that was 2 years, my junior year and my senior year, and it was every morning for 3 hours. So that was 500 hours junior year and 500 senior year. And then I took my test and passed and got my license. And then I decided to pursue makeup after that, and that was furthering my education in New York City, in Soho, at the Makeup Designery, and that was 600 hours.
Ooh.
And I got certified in special effects makeup and like camera makeup and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow. Alright. How do you feel about the term hairdresser? Because I know some people don't like it.
Well, I feel like beautician sounds old,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I feel like hairstylist sounds more professional than just a hairdresser. I feel like that makes you just sound like I don't know.
So you prefer hairstylist?
Yeah.
Alright. Can you take me through a normal work day from start to end, like as soon as you get here to when you leave?
Oh, well, our bosses ask us to be here like 15 minutes early to set up and have all our stuff ready. That way we're all ready when our clients walk in.
Okay.
And then if we don't have clients, usually like Pinterest is a big thing now, so we'll go on Pinterest and look up things, pull different ideas and stuff, and we'll practice on each other and see how things come out, because everyone here has different kinds of hair and stuff, so it's good practice.
That's good. Alright. And then how many customers would you say you have on average every day?
It depends. Like Thursdays are like slower, but like Fridays and Saturdays it can be anywhere from like 6 to 10. Depends what people are getting done and how much time you really have in a day.
Okay. Do you have any specific memories of customers who just really like stand out in your mind, whether like, you know, they were really nice or really terrible?
I have this one older lady who comes to me every 3 weeks on the dot, like same time, same day, and she's like the best lady ever. She like, I feel like she like knows my life. Like she always will come in and ask me about Joey or like my dog or my mom, my sister, my dad. And like, I don't know, I just like, she really is my favorite person ever. And then I've had some crazy ladies. I had one lady who wrote me a bounce check and caused like so many problems in here, and she's crazy. I mean, I don't really have any crazy people. sometimes people walk in with like unreal expectations, and then like it's hard to like tell people that they don't look like that, and like their hair's not gonna look like that. But
What do you say to those people when they come in and they say, you know, I want to look like,
Kim Kardashian.
yeah, this celebrity?
Well, it's hard to, you have to like figure out how to explain the nicest way that you don't have the same hair, the same face, and a lot of people look at the picture and they like the face that they see, so
Yeah.
you give them that hair color and they don't like it on them because they really just like her face, they don't like her hair.
Gotcha.
So it's like, stuff like that.
What would you say, like, in private about those people?
What did I say, what?
Like, if, like, you know, obviously,
What did I say, what?
like, if, like, you know, obviously you have to be nice to your customers, but, you know,
Like, what would I say in private?
yeah, like, because
Oh,
if
my
they-
favorite one is always saying I don't have a wand, so I can't make you look like that.
All right. So, if you were not a hairstylist, what is something that you would like to do?
Well, I'm really nosy, and my mom was a realtor, so I used to go with her all the time when she did it and look at big houses and like stuff like that, and I love doing that. I feel like that was, I don't know, something I would be interested in. And I always said I wanted to be a flight attendant too, but I'm not sure why. I just feel like it'd be fun to travel all over the place.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to just kind of like travel the world for free.
Yeah, for free.
So, where do you think you see yourself in like 5 years?
I mean, realistically, I would really love to live in New York City. I don't know if I can afford that life, or
Is there a specific area in New York where you want to live?
I really like Soho.
Okay.
It's really pretty and there's lots to explore, and it's like the nicer, and it's not like Times Square where it's all like just tourists all day long. That's about it.
What about 10 years?
I mean, hopefully married with kids and successful career and a big clientele.
Oh.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I feel like 3 is a good number, but
Do you want them all the same gender or different genders?
I want all girls so I can like dress them in fun things.
Okay. So, if you could let people know, like on behalf of hairstylists everywhere, you know, how should you behave in a salon? Because I'm sure, do people come in and they just
When
start?
people bring like 5 of their kids and they're all sitting here like pulling on their legs and stuff, like I don't know, I feel like people shouldn't bring their kids here if they can help it.
Yeah.
And I just really like ask people to like come in with realistic expectations. Like I said, if you dyed your hair black with a box and you bring in a picture of a platinum blonde, like obviously that's not gonna happen.
Is there a big difference between people who use box dye and get it done in a salon?
Oh yeah, the chemicals are like totally different, and when people use box dyes, it's like impossible to get out when we have to go in and fix it. And a lot of people think they know what they're doing, but they don't. So they end up with like orange hair or something, or like green, and then they come in to fix it, and it ends up costing them a ton more money to fix it than it would have originally just to get it done by us. So they're trying to save themselves money at first, but it ends up costing more.
Do you prefer, like just with a basic haircut, do you prefer doing boys or girls?
I like girls better. I like doing girls hair better.
Because it's longer?
Yeah, it's more fun to like style and stuff. But boys are always good tippers, so I mean,
That's true. What would you say, like, would be a good percentage tip?
usually people do 20, but some people are generous and do more than that.
Do you get people who tip less,
Yeah.
like a lot?
It depends. You can kind of tell by talking to people who's cheap and who's not, and who like just goes wherever, like who's loyal to you. Usually the loyal people are always like good tippers, but
So if you had a customer and you kind of got the vibe, like, not that great, probably not a good tipper, would you try and like sweet talk them, like win them over so maybe they would give you a good tip, or you kind of just like, I think we both know where we stand?
yeah.
Yeah, just kind
Yeah, I
of
don't
like.
try to really win people over.
Alright. So is this the first salon that you worked in?
No, I used used to work in another one. It was actually 4 minutes down the street. But me and my boss didn't exactly see eye to eye, and there's a better opportunity over here. It's a lot busier, a younger crowd, more walk-ins. Like the other salon, I just kind of had to make myself busy, which was fine to start, but like as you grow, I'm not gonna make myself busy. Like
Yeah.
we all work off each other here, getting walk-ins and stuff. So
Do you think the salon's majority walk-ins or appointment?
definitely appointment, but there is a lot of walk-ins. A lot of people walk in here for like blowouts or stuff if they're going to a wedding or something like that. You don't really ever get a walk-in for like a full highlight, but I mean, it happens occasionally.
What are some like hairdressing terms that you use in the salon that maybe like the average person off the street wouldn't know?
Like as far as like products and stuff.
Just like whatever. Like, do you have like nicknames used for anything, or like? Like I know, like I work as a waitress, so when we use the term 86, it means we're out of something. But if you didn't work in a restaurant, you might not know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
So,
I mean, not really. A lot of people don't understand like the whole chemistry behind this. So like the peroxide and the developers we use in hair and stuff, people don't really understand that.
how do you decide, like the kind of chemicals you're gonna buy to use in the salon?
Like product-wise? Well, this is a Paul Mitchell salon, but where I used to work was a Redken salon. I guess it just depends on preferences and money and who your distributor is and stuff. But
How do you become? I didn't know that. I didn't know that some salons were Redken, some were Paul Mitchell.
oh yeah, there's like you can use. There's so many different lines of stuff.
So like this is Paul Mitchell, so you couldn't use like other products. You have to use Paul Mitchell.
I mean, that's what they supply for us, and that's like what kind of distributor they use.
So is this hair salon part of a chain?
No,
It's just part of like a corporation?
no, this is just a small business locally.
Alright. So you mentioned the chemistry behind the different chemicals and the peroxide used in people's hair. So I came in and I just, this is the second time you've done my hair, and I just kind of told you what I wanted, and then you went in the back. What did you do? Like,
I took bleach and then I mixed you with 20 volume, which means it's going to lift you up 2 levels from where you are now. It
Okay.
goes up to 40.
wow.
So, like, if you wanted to be like a platinum blonde, I would have used 40. But since you just want like more of that natural look, I'm only going to lift you a few levels lighter than this. That way, it all blends and doesn't like stick out as much as you don't want it to.
Good. Do you ever have customers come in and maybe they'll ask you for like a certain haircut? Do you
I
ever
don't want it.
do you ever try and like talk them out of it if you think it really wouldn't look good on them?
Yeah, but some people you just when they have it in their head, that's all they want. But
Do some people listen to you?
yeah, some do. Some
do
get like
you-
freaked out when you say that. They're like, oh god, never mind. But other people are like, that's what they want. That's what they're gonna get. So.
And then do they like it when it happens? Or do they
It
kind of
depends. I mean, some people won't say stuff to your face and they'll go home and cry,
yeah.
and then you just won't come back ever again. And other people will be like, come back in 2 days and be like, this is terrible, you need to do something different. So, just depends.
Okay. How's your relationship with your coworkers?
I love them all. We have people who are 17 working here, we have people who are 90 working here.
Wow.
So it's cool because if you walk around, there's so many different people you can watch and so many different tricks you can pick up from people. There's a lot of people in my age range, so we all like actually became really good friends and hang out outside of here, which
good.
is fun.
Are you still close with the people who you work with at the other salon?
Well, 4 of them came to work here,
Oh wow.
but anyone else who still works there, I don't really talk to.
And when did you start working here?
November 7th of last year, so almost a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I even came up with the idea that she's like such a hippie.
Alright. I'm trying to think of like other questions. So I'm really interested in the whole like Paul Mitchell Redken thing. So like
Oh, that's only 2. There's like 8,000 different things.
what are some other ones that I don't know that I might have heard of? Are there Tresemme salons? Is that a thing?
No, Tresemme isn't really a professional product, so
It isn't?
no.
Ah.
That's why they don't ever you don't ever see it in salons or anything. It has a lot of sulfates in it, which pulls out hair color. So we try to avoid people using that.
Do you know of any like really popular products that like actually aren't good or good for your hair?
Yeah, like Treseme's not good, Gardener Fructis, like all those like things you see in the store that people say are like salon professional, they're not, because if they were, we would sell them here. And a lot of them that you would buy in like ShopRite or something are like off the back of a truck or like watered down. So like, you're not getting the same thing you would get here. That's why they're like $7 in ShopRite and they're $20 here.
Wow.
Which is really hard to explain to people because people think you're just trying to get them to buy your stuff, but
Yeah. It's all about quality.
yeah. Like, we have Harmon's next door, so that's kind of hard to get people to buy stuff here when they can walk next door to Harmon's and have a $20 off coupon, you know what I mean?
What is that, like a Sally's?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it's like a Sally's kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Some of the rustic chic ones are gorgeous. They're gorgeous.
If you were ever out of a certain product, would you run over to Harmon's and like buy it?
Like, we do makeup here too, so we would like go get eyelashes or something there and stuff like that, but we haven't gotten like we get like bobby pins and stuff, but
Not any products.
no.
Gotcha.
Usually we just like will concoct other stuff in the back, whatever we can come up with.
What's like, I don't know. I'm really interested in like the chemistry of just how you like mix the dyes and stuff, because that's like, you know,
Cool, right?
yeah, you got it, and you really got to know what you're doing. You're gonna put it on
It's all about like
someone's
the
head.
color wheel.
The color wheel.
So like if someone's hair is like coming up green, a lot of times people like have well water and they don't know it, and you go to put bleach in their hair, it'll pull up green.
Uh-huh.
And the way they counteract the green is with red, which is just the opposite of the color wheel.
Ah,
And then people freak out when you bring out red hair dye and think you're gonna dye their hair red, but really it just pulls out the green. I'll think of another example to give you.
And it's like, okay.
Or when people's hair is coming out brassy, like a blue violet, you have to do the opposite and it'll pull it right out most of the time. Sometimes if their hair is really dead and porous, it'll like soak it all up and turn it blue. Then you're screwed.
has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, but then you just usually take like a clarifying shampoo and you can get it out without anyone knowing it actually happened.
Oh, yeah.
And you just don't say anything?
Yeah, you gotta act natural. You can't like freak out because then people get weird.
Yeah.
Oh, David, you yes.
How many days a week do you work here?
4.
Okay. And what's like your average shift?
Wednesdays I work on 12 to 9. Thursdays I work 12 to 6. Friday I work 10 to 7, and Saturday 9 to 5. And that's never ending.
Is it the same every week?
Mhm.
Do you switch shifts sometimes, like with your coworkers, if you need a certain day off?
No, because like no one can really replace you. Like if your clients want you, so like sometimes like if I know I'm not gonna work a Saturday, like if I have off, I'll like work a Tuesday to make up for it. But yeah, you don't really split with anyone unless you're like an assistant.
Oh. Wow. I feel like that's probably pretty unique.
Yeah. Which is good because this is flexible. Like for you, I came in at 10. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep. Thank you, by the way.
no problem.
Joe, you got any questions you want to ask? See you over there?
Yeah.
So it has to be.
I'm trying. Like I was an assistant for 2.5 years. Is that like?
Yeah, what's an assistant do?
What's the road to becoming a hairdresser?
Wait, hold on. I want to know the assistant question first.
Well, they're like they go hand in hand. So when you graduate beauty school, like you don't just graduate beauty school and walk into a hair salon and get a chair. Like it doesn't really work that way. You gotta assist, and it depends on where you work, like how long your assisting is. But I started assisting like once you get a permit, like when you're halfway finished. So I got like when I did 5 hours of beauty school, I got like a permit from the state of New Jersey. So I could touch people in a hair salon. I couldn't like cut hair or anything, but I could wash the hair and like fold the towels and do stuff like that and sweep, like the bitch work basically.
Gotcha.
And then at 1,000 hours, when I graduate and get my license, you still gotta like assist and stuff because it's all like you're nervous too. Like you're not just gonna sit down and like cut someone's hair off. You gotta like watch people and do your duties and your time. But here at this salon, they do more of like an apprentice. Like the one girl assists my boss only. And she works with her, all the shifts she works, she hands her all her foils, she washes all her clients, she blow dries all her clients. So it just really depends what kind of salon you work in and what your training is. And it took me about 2 years to get my own chair of assisting. But it kind of fell into my lap because the one girl I worked with had a baby. So as soon as she went out on maternity, I kind of like got her clients and got her chair and kind of just got like thrown into it, which was good because I didn't have time to be nervous. I just like had to do what I had to do and that was it. It was a good learning experience.
Did you get your chair when you worked at the other salon or when you
Yeah,
worked here?
when I worked at the other one.
So if you left the other salon where you were a chair, and what if you came here and they like put you back? Would they put you back down to being an assistant?
No, because I already had a following.
Ah,
Yeah. And then obviously when you switch salons, you lose people, but
yeah.
some
So-
follow you, some don't.
So how many people do you think you have who like are your following your customers?
I don't know. It's really hard.
Like more than 20?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
More than 50?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's some regulars. There's some people who you see every like 3 to 4 weeks on the dot, and then there's other people that like don't come back for 7 months and have roots down for their ears. So it's just
Huh. Alright. So you went to a vocational high school, you said?
and regular high school. I did half and half.
So was it 2 different buildings or one?
Yeah, it was 2 different totally schools.
Okay.
I got to take a bus from one school to the other.
Did you know when you were a freshman in high school that you wanted to go vocational for hair and beauty?
No, because I didn't even know that was a thing. And then like sophomore year when they started asking me like, what do you want to do with your life? And I said that, and then my guidance counselor kind of set it all up.
Oh, good.
And it was cool because I made like a ton of different friends from other towns that I wouldn't have met if I didn't go to that school. So it was fun.
So do you have any advice for someone who's like a sophomore in high school if they have, the opportunity to go vocational?
I definitely would because you don't have to pay for that. You just have to pay for your stuff, which was about $300 to $400. And if I went to like an actual beauty school after I graduated, it's about 20 grand.
Wow.
So if you know you want to do it, you get the same license. You get licensed through the state of New Jersey. So
How did that change the curriculum for your high school classes?
well, I didn't really have any like electives anymore.
you
Like
decided
I
to
just
take-
kind of had like maths. I didn't have science because this counted as science. So I really just had like math, English, gym, like 4 lunches, 4 study halls. I didn't really have
you
like
still had to take gym?
yeah.
I didn't have to take gym in high school.
Really?
We didn't have gym.
We had to all 4 years.
Wow.
But then I had like a bunch of study halls because when I would come back, it'd be like the lunch period, and we had 3 different lunch periods in my high school. So it kind of like messed it up. So. Anything else?
I don't know, I'm thinking. You got anything, Joey?
I don't know. I'm not in the class, but
Well, you've been listening to the whole conversation.
I know. I'm thinking.
How about, so with the apprentices, you said the one girl helps out the owner.
She stands like she's like her shadow. She does everything for her. Like she mixes all her colors, which is good because then she learns like how to do that. She keeps up all her clients. She washes them. She blow dries them. She sweeps after she's done. She's basically her shadow. Yeah.
What's like the average length of an apprenticeship?
That depends. I think around here probably like a year, maybe a little bit longer. I guess when she feels you're ready and you can do it, then she'll put you on the floor.
So when it comes to like the way the tips are split, how does that work when you have an assistant? You just-
Usually people here will like tip the girl after they shampoo them themselves. But if I see that like someone washed my client for me and they didn't tip them, I'll throw them like $2 or $3 just because like I don't know, they need to make money too, and they're doing you a favor. So
do you get paid hourly or salary?
for me it depends. I get like whatever. So like if my commission is more in a week, my paycheck will be commission. But if my hourly is more in a week, then I'll get hourly. But as
What's
you
the
get,
difference?
like my commission is 50%. So like if I'm Like if I'm busy all week and I'm busy every single day, obviously my commission's gonna be more, and then she'll pay me on that. But if I'm like have a really slow week where I have like 2 people one day, 1 person another day, and I'm not really doing anything, then she'll pay me hourly.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then
But that like stops when you're like older and have a full book. You know what I mean? Like I'm still young. I've only been doing this a few years, so.
so once you get older, you just get paid hourly.
No, you just get commission.
Oh, just commission.
Like, most people when they get older, like if they don't have anyone, they don't really stay here.
Yeah.
But like since we're younger and trying to build ourselves, like if we don't have anyone, we still stay here, and then we'll get the walk-ins or whatever. Or I'll just like walk around and watch people and learn stuff. That's not bad.
So your tips are just extra, right? Like that's not counted towards
No,
what you earn.
like whatever people give us, that's mine. Which is good because I always have cash. So that's also a problem because I spend it really fast. So.
You know, you said that you really want to live in New York because it has, you know, such a fashion scene, like a lot of opportunity, Fashion Week. And would you ever move to like LA?
I don't know. No, like I feel like that'd be so fun and probably so glamorous and fun, but like everything I know and like everyone I have is here, so I wouldn't want to leave that. Sometimes people think hairdressers are like therapists and they tell you their entire lives, like things they don't even tell like their own therapists.
Do you ever get uncomfortable with the things people tell you?
Yeah, because I have these 2 clients and one's like the mother and one's the daughter. The daughter's like 40 something with 2 kids and the mother's like older, and like the girl's husband just died. So like ever since then she's been going crazy on like all these dating websites and like leaving her kids with her mother and like stuff like that. She's telling me all this but telling me not to tell her mother. And then the next day I'll have her mother and her mom's like, oh yeah, like I babysat the kids. The lady's name is Michelle. She's like, I babysat the kids for Michelle last night so she can go out and get a few drinks with her friends. Like I'm really happy for her. And it's just very like in the back of my head I know like what she was doing. She just told me yesterday. You know what I mean? So it's like it's so weird. Like obviously you would never repeat any of that.
That's awkward.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
So, is like all the combs and the hair dryer and the curling iron, are they yours or are they the salon's?
No, they're ours. We have to buy all our own equipment and everything.
Do you share sometimes? Maybe if someone else has something that you don't have that the customer needs?
Yeah, that's just my biggest pet peeve when people take it and don't ask, or like take it and don't put it back. But I mean, usually everyone's pretty good about that. And we all share our stuff. And then the products, like we all pay into that too. Like we get a certain amount of money taken out of every service we do. So
Oh,
like,
really? So the salon doesn't buy like all the...
They do, but we like, I mean like, so if you come in for a haircut and a blowout, like we get $2 taken out for the shampoo, and that goes towards paying for the shampoo. Like the highlights, I think we get like $6 taken out, and that goes towards the product and the foils.
Wow.
Yeah, and then when you got color done, I think it's like $4, and that goes towards paying for the color. That's how they keep the salon running.
Yeah, I was gonna say they only take out $6 for the product and the foil.
Yeah, usually.
I'm paying a lot more than $6 for
Oh
those
yeah,
highlights.
yeah. But then if you think about it, like we get like I get 50% of that, but then I get taxed on it. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not exactly the highest paying job, but it's a lot of fun.
So this is a privately owned salon, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel that, you know, because it's privately owned,
I wouldn't want to work for a chain. Like
Yeah.
no haircutters or anything.
you would never want to work for like hair cuttery?
No.
Do you think that the hairstylists and hair cuttery are like less skilled than ones who work in a private salon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just from things I've seen, like all I can think of was like Timmy Doyle's hair. Like our one friend, I don't know, he always has bad haircuts and he goes to like sports clubs and pays like $7. So like, I just think if you like paid a lot of money towards your training and you're really good at it, why would you settle for getting paid $7 for what you're good at?
Very true.
Yeah, go.
You want a bagel?
There's one next door. Where are you going?
Is it good?
We eat it? Yeah, I don't know.
Callahan?
It's kind of expensive though, but we're like...
Take my wallet.
Okay. What do you want, Fish?
I don't want anything.
Don't want anything? You want chili ham?
Yes, please.
Everything
cheese.
bagel?
Everything.
Chili ham, egg, and
Was part of
cheese?
the interview?
Yeah, that can be.
Questions, see how fat we are?
No. This is just, you know, taking advantage of the fact that we're in North Jersey with good bagels.
Boom. But really, you want everything bagel,
Okay.
chili
Cheddar
ham,
ham, egg, and cheese.
ketchup,
No.
and
Thank you.
you don't want anything for real? Why not? You want something else?
Thank you.
That will be all right. Fine, so.
Are most of your customers local?
Yeah.
You don't know that. I
Yeah, one comes from Paramus, which is like 30 minutes away, but she babysits her grandkids in this town, so I mean, she's always here. And then I have clients who have always been mine and lived in this town, but moved, like 2 of them moved to Pittsburgh together, but they still like only get their hair done here. It's like when they come home.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I thought I was making a big commute. What is that, like 5 hours?
Yeah. But like her family lives like 4 minutes from here.
Got
But
it.
she's
So they
like, I
come
don't want
from
to just go to anyone. Like I trust you, I'm comfortable with you. And you always do what I want, so why mess? Like why ruin a good thing?
MRIs.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Tell 16-year-old they can't eat. They do MRIs in the afternoon. I'm in the city. I'm in Alabama, NYU.
What's the craziest haircut you ever gave someone? Like someone who came in and just did like,
Like shaving half the side of the head and leaving the other side long.
how do you feel about that hairstyle?
Not bad.
No?
No.
Are there any other popular styles that you just don't really understand why they're so popular?
I mean, I'm a fan of the ombre, but I never really understand how roots became like a style. But I like it. I mean, I had my hair like that for months. I just never understood how like people literally come in asking for roots. Like, shouldn't it be the opposite?
They ask you to dye part of their hair darker?
Oh yeah, like the ombre is like dark up here and then like fade into light. I don't know. When did that become? I don't know. I like it though. I'm a fan.
What do you think's like, so the last time I got my hair done was at the very end of July. What's like the average time span in between when people get their hair like recolored or rehighlighted?
It's fine. Usually my clients with highlights go like every 6 to 8 weeks. And then,
I'm kind of in that range.
yeah. And then my clients with like that are really dry usually go every 4 weeks. One, like I said, every 3 weeks on the dot, same time, same place, same everything. Haircuts usually people, I don't encourage more than 8 weeks, but I mean, a lot of people don't follow that. Myself, I don't follow that. Like,
And so, is there like a waiting period between when you dye your hair and when you can re-dye it?
no, I mean, if you're going, like I said, from black to blonde, and that's like a whole long process, I wouldn't do that all in one day. I would probably wait a few weeks to give your hair a break so it doesn't all break off and get fried. But other than that, not really.
So like if I dyed my hair red today and then I wanted it back to blonde tomorrow,
Yeah, I would definitely wait. But it's so fresh, it's going to be so hard to pull up, and then your hair's going to end up really, really damaged. And who wants that?
not me. Any other interesting stories about working in the salon?
Really?
No?
I mean, it's all pretty. You could always tell when it's a slow day at the salon because you'll come in the next day and every single person that works here has a different hair color. Like, I stand out in the salon for having brown hair, but I mean, if you look around my hair, there's bright red, purple, blue hair. But I'm just, I don't know, I'm boring. I don't like that on myself personally. But I like doing it on other people. It's fun.
Have you ever done like unnatural hair colors on your hair?
No, I'm boring. They all call me vanilla around here, but I mean, everyone else in here does like pink, purple, blue, like I said.
So like the wildest you went was blonde on the end?
Yeah, I'm like really boring for being a hairdresser.
I noticed because most hairdressers have short hair.
Oh no, I'm like attached to long hair too. It's
Same.
very weird. I'm not a normal hairdresser.
Do you cut your own hair? Do you have other people cut
No.
it?
Usually whoever's like for your own hair, I mean, I trust everyone. Everyone in here is good, so. I can tell you about education. So usually, like, we don't have school like on an everyday basis like all of you do, but like when there's classes, usually we'll do more on Mondays and Tuesdays. That's hairdressers like slowest days or whatever, and we usually have to pay for them, or our boss will pay for them, and we'll go like to all different locations. Like sometimes in like conference rooms and hotels, or like a hair supply store, and they'll have educators. Or like in New York, they have a big convention every year in the Jacob Javits Center. And yeah, there's all different brands, like Paul Mitchell, there's like educators from there, and they'll teach you like the newest trends and stuff.
So how often do you go to these kinds of classes?
It depends. Like I went to one last week, no, not last week, this week, like 2 days ago, and then I'm going to one again on Monday with everyone that works here. So that's fun.
So like a lot.
Yeah, and then sometimes it'll be like a few months, like we don't really go around the holidays or anything. But
What
then
kind of
usually-
things do you learn?
Like, like ombre was one of the classes we learned. Like different ways to cut different kind of hairstyles, like razor cuts and pixie cuts and stuff. They don't really teach you basic stuff, they teach you like out of the box type of things. Yeah, they're fun. And my boss is actually an educator for the brand called Suds. So every time she goes to teach, she takes one of us with her. We kind of get to watch and learn things for free and just see her styles of teaching, which is fun.
Do you have to renew your license or?
Yeah, every 2 years, and of course it costs I think like $70 because the state gets money out of you for everything.
So do you just go and like renew it, or do you have to take a test?
No, you just send in the money and they send you the license. But if you move to a different state, all the hours for different states are different. So if I were to move to New York or Pennsylvania or wherever, I would have to see what their hours are. Like if their hours are 1,000 like New Jersey, then that's fine. I just get my license transferred. But if like Pennsylvania's like 1,500, then I have to go back to beauty school for 500 hours and take their test, even though I already took the test and I'm licensed in another state, which kind of sucks.
So your hours that you like actually work in a salon wouldn't count?
No, you have to go take a test again.
And then you would have to pay like 20 grand for beauty school?
I'm not sure. I don't think you'd have to pay the full thing. I'm not really sure about that, but
Wow.
yeah, sometimes.
Seriously. What's your favorite thing to do?
I love color. I think it's fun. It's cool to do all different kinds of techniques on different people. And like I always say, haircuts you can't glue back, but if color or something goes wrong, it's easily to be fixed. And if we all like, if I have a question, like anyone has a question around here, our boss encourages us to ask each other because 2 heads is better than 1.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like if I can't think of something, the person next to me can think of like a whole solution for it. So we all kind of work off each other and get ideas off each other. Yeah.
Does the hair type, like, does that play a factor in when you're coloring someone's hair?
Yeah, how many ounces you need to mix up and stuff. So if you have really thick hair, then I'm gonna mix up probably like 2 to 3 ounces to cover your whole head. But if you have really thin hair and you're just getting your roots touched up, I would do like half an ounce. And we have to measure it all out and stuff, so we don't waste color, obviously.
How about someone who had like really curly hair? Is it more difficult to like color and cut someone who's not?
Curly hair, you have to always keep in mind that it's gonna bounce up when it's dry. So if they tell you shoulder lines, you have to make sure you count, or you cut a little below the shoulders because obviously it's gonna bounce up.
What about coloring? Is that hard because it's so curly?
Sometimes people with color have really knotty hair, so you just have to make sure you thoroughly brush it before you attempt it with color. That way it's all even. Overall, it's a fun job. I love talking to people. I love hearing different stories. It's always a different scenario every time a different customer sits in your chair. Like I don't ever see myself sitting at a desk job. So then I feel like you're watching the clock, but here time goes so fast. Especially when you have appointments, like every 30 minutes, every hour, every half hour. You always have to keep yourself on a schedule.
What kind of work do you have to do around here? So like at the end of the day, when you guys close, do you have any like
Well, there's assistants that like clean the salon and like wipe down everything and sweep and dust and all that. But like as a stylist, your responsibility is to wipe down your station, make sure you don't leave anything out, don't leave anything on. And then we have the barber side, which cleans the combs and stuff, and she encourages us to clean that once a week because it's gross to not clean it. No, that's about it. No, that's it. You get to leave.
Does your family come to you?
Mm-hmm.
Do they get a family discount?
Yeah, I don't charge any of them. Except you have to pay for the color, like if you use color, so my mom just has to give $10 for the color.
Seems like a good deal.
Yeah, she really lucked out with me.
Yeah, my cousin, I think she did the same thing you did, like the vocational stuff, and she was licensed. And I think maybe she worked in a salon for like a year. She didn't work there very long, and then she decided like she didn't want to do that. But, you know, even though that was like 10 years ago, I think
She still does it, right?
she'll like cut her hair, like, you know, if we really ask her to. But we try not to ask her because she doesn't really do it that much. Do you ever get bothered when people, like, you know, if they know that you're a hairstylist, do they just like when you go and visit your boyfriend at school, do you ever bring up like your scissors or your clippers?
Oh yeah, but like I don't care doing him, but I just don't like when random people ask. Like people think like I'm just doing it for fun. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't really want to work when I'm not working.
Does that happen a lot?
Sometimes. But like obviously doing him doesn't bother me, but.
Do you ever cut your dog's hair?
No, she's nasty.
Would you if she was nice?
Maybe. I don't know. I'd be scared to like get around her eyes or her move really quick and like accidentally cut her. I also get nervous with little kids like that too.
Yeah. Have you ever
They don't
cut,
sit still.
have you ever cut a little kid by accident?
No, knock on wood, not yet. Hopefully never.
So, don't really like doing little kids' hair.
No, not really. It's not really my fave.
When do you think is like an appropriate age to like be old enough to start dyeing your hair?
I mean, my mom would never let me dye my hair. I didn't dye my hair until I went to beauty school. So I think it's because she didn't want to pay for it. But, I mean, I definitely wouldn't do it before high school.
Do you ever have people come in who are young and like?
Yeah, but they don't really get like their hair dyed. They just get like pieces pink or blue or October's breast cancer month, so we do a lot of pink extensions and all the money gets donated to breast cancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have like those kinds of colors in the salon.
Yeah, everything. We use a line called Pravana, and it's all like the bright colors and neon colors, glow in the dark colors.
Glow in the dark.
Yeah.
Wow. Alright. Well, gotta go bake. Thank you for doing my hair and for letting me interview you.
Yeah, no problem. I hope you get a good time.
Thanks, me too.